for you guys. Just enjoy it. Okay, so Betty, let's make Betty to check this code. That ouch. Again. Yeah. Now I'm losing my mind because of that comedy. Yeah, okay, so let's give Betty, we have already created this code, so let's tell Betty to check if we have errors. Betty says everything is fine. Man, we are flying. That is question number 6. Let's go to question number 7 of the project. So question 7 is saying that I feel like I am diagonally packed in a parallel universe. Okay, fine. So write a function that draws diagonal line on the terminal. What are we using? We're using this as our prototype. Our prototype is this. So I'll copy it. You can use a putchar function to print, where n is the number of times the character backslash should be printed. The diagonal should end with a new line, and if n is 0 or less, the function should only print a new line. It's equivalent to what we're just from writing in exercise 6. So here let's go to main.h, allow it to print. So we paste that in. Okay, you see, after that we save it. This is out. So now we can go into VI and we want to create this thing here. So that's an interesting one. Looks like maze here. Okay, so here we go. This is here. What we're doing, we are still calling our main.h as our header, main.h, je m'appelle, the poo. So I don't know if the teacher had a problem or it's the student who had a problem. That thing is very funny. Diagonal. Okay, so this program, this draws this draws a diagonal line using characters this one, and then after we're supposed to use our n is the argument that we're passing in. This is the number row backslash character. But I think this is enough to be drawn. This is enough. So then we can go into void print underscore diagonal, void underscore the diagonal int n. Perfect. If this is the case, then now we check it up. What do we have? So let's go in and define our integers, our variable. The first one is we have line, which is to be created, and gap. Gap is the space. I call it gap. I'll call it a gap. So back to this, we'll say if n is greater than 0, then we're going to Sometimes when you're too fast you forget, mama. Okay, so we're going to set a for statement here for line. Okay, so line equal to 0. For line initially set to 0. When line is less or equal to n, increment line. Okay, increment line. Okay, so now once this is the case, we have incremented line. We are going to create another one also for gap, initially also set to 0, right? While gap is less or equal to again n. Should we set gap to be equal to n really? It's line is set to n, and then we increment line, but gap is following line, so it's wise to set line to be equivalent to be less or equal to gap, to be less or equal to line, then we can increment gap as well. Makes sense? Perfect. So now the code is interlinking themselves, so one follows, then it goes to the next one like that. So there's no failure, everything is under command of another, so it's a chain flow. So put char is going to give us an empty, which is gap. So it's going to give us gap. That's the first one to be printed. Then the next one, it's going to give us underscore put char will give us these ones here, okay, backslashes. Okay, yeah, why are they two? Why do we have two backslashes inside there? That's a question. You guys need to answer that. Just write your point in the description and let us know. Yeah, that's a good one to take a look into. I know someone would ask that. So if we set this one minus 1, if this is set to that, then again this is set to that value, then we're going to tell the program to continue. So it's going to iterate continuously. Once it reaches here, it will be line is equal to n minus 1. I think I have a bug here introduced. We need a space in here before Betty shouts at us. Perfect. So we tell the program to continue. Every time it's going to minus 1, then it continues to the next one. So it will continue. After continuing, then it's going to underscore put char create a new line. So it will follow the procedures. It will check all the conditions for the two fors, then it gives a space. After printing a space, then it will go to print the character, which is backslash. Then after, it will go and say, okay, now line to the next condition that we have said, that if line now is equivalent to n minus 1, continue with the program. So continue with the program, and what you can do is now print a new line, right? Then after that, continue, and then to the last part, that's to print the final new line down here. Oh, butcher underscore new line, which is to be put there. So what the result that we're going to come out with is going to be like here we go. See, we have lines. We have this created. There is a space create left out, then a new line, space, new line, space, new line, space, new line, like that. So it's what exactly this is doing here. So space, new line, space, this one, new line, space, like that. It's just going to continue like in that diagonal formatting. Yeah, so that is what we have for this code. Unless if I have any questions, you can just forward it in the comments below, and we all brainstorm it out, just like genius villagers do. So the next part is to check. We're just checking our codes with yeah, we just keep on checking our codes with this gentleman here, so that we do not have errors. Okay, so it's telling us here there is a space that is created in line 12. So let's go in there and confirm it and solve it. So if I can press here, set number, I want to see, it's saying number 12. Where is it? Yes, here we go. It's in number 12 indeed. Number 12, we have a bug introduced. If you can take a look here, there's a gap, this gap here, this one here. So we need to eliminate it. Now we are good to go. Okay, hope there is no any other one. Okay, so let's save it and git. There's no git here today. Betty, check it again and tell me. Betty says everything is fine now. This is getting yummy, 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 yummy. Yeah. So guys, do not feel intimidated with this thing. When I know, I share. When you know, you should share. And those who have YouTube channels, we can still all pattern up and come up with great contents. And I would be so much interested in inviting people to be part. And we have live sessions here. So we make this more of a classroom, a teaching center than just a tutorial site. You get it? So now, okay, much of the talking, let's do the doing. Exercise 8 is write a function that prints a square followed by a new line. We're printing a square followed by a new line. We have here the prototype. Then we're only supposed to use butcher. The size is the size of the square. If the size is set to this or less, the function should print a new line. Otherwise, we are going to use a hash to do this. Okay, as usual, let's go to main.h, then allow it to print, paste in this here, save it, so that we can now